Welcome back to El Caile podcast with Gabriela. That's me, Gabriela. So we're finally back 1 year hiatus. Thank you to everybody who waited for us for 1 year. Like 1 year, that's a long time. And a lot of things have happened. Just tons of like fun, not so fun. 2025 was a crazy year. I plucked my eyebrows skinny 2025. 2025, I lost my eyebrows. But they're back now, and I'm so glad. Honestly, when my eyebrows started going back, ew, why did I stick my tongue out like that? Like Gypsy Rose. Like Gypsy Rose, that should be like, I don't care, she's rich. Okay, so when I plucked my eyebrows, I was like, fuck, my eyebrows are gone. And like, I would do the makeup and I look cute, like Betty Boop vibes, but I knew that I look crazy. Like, I knew that I was gonna look at myself later and see the skinny brows and be like, girl, what were you doing? But like recently the brows were going back, and I would just think like, okay, by the time it's like December, my eyebrows are gonna be back, and when my eyebrows are back, it's over for these hoes. And my podcast is coming back. I was like, for my birthday, for when the podcast launched, my eyebrows are gonna be back, and guess what? My eyebrows are back. New eyebrows, who dis? What the hell? Why is Letty FaceTiming us? Letty, we're shooting right now.
I'm so Hi, sorry. Letty. I saw that y'all was playing, that the guitars were playing, and I urinated.
Yeah, I know. I know how you are with boys and guitars.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I know how you get when a boy with a guitar it comes on the scene.
Well, next time FaceTime me because I missed you guys, and I'm sorry I have to be over there.
Okay, we miss you too, Letty. We love you.
All right.
Okay. Bye, Letty.
Love you guys. Bye.
Bye. Oh, that's sweet. We miss Letty. Letty's getting her life. So if you're trying to get your life, don't come around me. This is proof that if you're trying to get your life, it's not the place to do it. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I have my life. What have we been doing for the last year? We've been doing so much. Like, so if you guys know me, I'm like a huge media consumption girl. I love media consumption. And every time I come to the studio, it's media consumption day. So we watch tons of new shows. I've watched tons of movies. I'm not going to say I read a bunch of books. I read one book in 2025 so far. I know that's embarrassing, but I read Devil Wears Prada, and it was kind of long. So it was a kind of long book. And it was really good. I'm so glad I did that. I can't hear it, but I can imagine. I'm using my imagination. It was applause. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. I read Devil Wears Prada, and it was so much better than the movie. And I'm glad I read that book, because then it made me want to watch the movie again, and the movie sucked in comparison. And it also made me want to keep reading. I feel like it made my brain stronger, you know?
More ripples.
Yeah, exactly. It put some ripples in my brain. What else? I saw so many new shows in 2025. Just off the top of my head, I'm going to think of the shows I saw. I saw Sex in the City for like the 12th time. And it was one of the best times I've ever watched it. Because like if you're a Sex in the City fan, you'll watch it like literally so many times throughout your life. And I feel like every time you watch it, maybe you're like a new character in the show. I'm always a Carrie. I never really identify. Maybe Miranda. Maybe I'm a Miranda a little bit. What do you think, India? Do you think I'm a Carrie or Miranda? Don't say anything else, because I'm going to be mad. I was like, Samantha.
The lesbian lawyer?
That is Miranda. Moanda.
Oh, I thought I just watched it for the first time this year.
You did?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I mixed Samantha and Miranda.
No, Samantha.
That's why I was laughing.
Yeah, no. Oh, Samantha. You thought I was Samantha? On the low. I'm just kidding. Look at
No, I see Miranda.
Yeah, Miranda, right?
With Carrie Elements.
With Carrie Elements.
I think you're pretty accurate.
Yeah, like a crash out and like stupid bitch vibes, but then like profesh.
Right. You still have things going on.
Yeah, be a crash out, but just turn it into cold hard content.
That part.
You know,
That part.
that's what I think we're going for. So yeah, I saw Sex in the City, and then my favorite part about watching Sex in the City was I saw And Just Like That, girl. Did you watch that? Okay,
Yeah.
so whoever doesn't like AI slop, don't watch And Just Like That. Unless you're like obsessed with Sex and the City like I am. I know there's a lot of people that saw it like to see the characters develop. But the writing is insane, and like the characters, They just put him in fucked up situations. And I think they got canceled. Like, I think they canceled the show. I don't think it's gonna get renewed for a new season, which is messed up because, spoiler alert, it's been out for a while, but Brady has a baby now. So it's like, can we see Brady's baby? Yes or no? We literally saw Brady almost be like left at the clinic, and now Brady is an adult that makes his own decisions, and he decided to have a baby. And you know what's so crazy? What was his girlfriend's name that left him in Europe? Bitch, haha, he got a baby now on you, bitch. What was her name? Remember? That where they were always having sex and kissing and everything, and then Miranda and Steve would get in fights about it. She had a Mexican name because everything Spanish is Mexican to me. She had a Spanish name, and I just think it's funny that she broke up with Brady, and now Brady's the baby dad, bitch. I saw Severance, which I thought was a really good show. I wouldn't have never picked Severance to watch, but Will told me let's watch Severance, so we watched it and it was really good. And then we saw Mr. Robot this year, and that was it. Dr. Robot, no, Mr. Robot. Crazy show to watch. I think also like I would never be able to watch that show by myself because first of all I would have no idea what's going on, and he's like you can't trust him to tell you the story correctly. So like you need someone there to be like, did you see that? Is this what he means? Is this what's going on? Because by yourself like you'll just get lost, and he's a crazy crackhead. So that show's tight, and he's in tech like hacker. He's a hacker. So we saw that, and then what else did we see? What else did I'm trying to think of movies off the top of my head.
Pluribus?
Oh, we're watching Pluribus right now. If you're watching Pluribus, hit us up so we can talk about it, because that one is crazy too. Pluribus is cool, and it's annoying. Like it's frustrating the same way that that Severance was annoying. Like you're like, what the fuck is going on? But what movies did we see this year? We saw a lot of movies this year. What's like a good one we saw? We just saw One Battle After Another. Is that what it's called? One Battle After Another with Leonardo DiCaprio and Teyana Taylor. They did really good. That movie was sick. And then what's another movie we saw? It just reminds me of that because The Police, but Sovereign. Have you guys seen that stupid ass movie? I hate that movie with the guy from Parks and Rec. The one, like he's supposed to be funny, so you're like, oh, this is gonna be like a kind of relaxed movie. Hell no. You better see it. If you haven't seen it, spoiler alert. He's just a big ass bum that doesn't want to pay his taxes, and he puts his son through it. And then he calls himself a sovereign citizen. He's a bum. Pick him up. Pay some fucking taxes. What's wrong with that guy? Why do we have to watch that movie? Was so dumb. And then he's like preying on people who like owe hella mortgage money or like are in deep ass debt, and he's like, oh, you don't have to pay for this, motherfucker, you gonna pay for it. And then remember he was they did a good job, but you shouldn't glorify him being such a bum, because even his son was like, dad, please, we have to pay the rent. Like, how is this like 12-year-old kid smarter than you and you're supposed to be the dad?
I feel like it's a story showing
Sovereign
about
citizens.
the son, you know what I mean? Like how he was trapped in his dad's thing. You know?
Yeah.
Of course, his dad was a fuckhead, you know what I mean? But I don't think he was like the hero of the story.
I think like you're kind of on his side at the beginning, and then by the end you're like, I am not on this guy's side. Like this guy's a fucking mark. Because I think for me it was mostly okay. I followed it like pretty far into the movie. There's so many spoilers, but then he starts hooking up with this lady, and the lady's in hella debt, and then he's getting her to pay for everything with all these different credit cards. He knows damn well that lady ain't got no fucking money. He met her at the sovereign citizen meeting, bitch. Nobody rich is hanging out there. And not to say anything about sovereign citizens, like I feel like that's kind of like goes into like religion like grounds a little bit, because if that's just your like if that's your ideology and you feel comfortable and like you're proud of that, who am I, just a mere mortal, like I'm not a judge. But he meets this lady, and then the lady starts paying for the stuff, and then he's just like literally milking the lady. Like, oh my god, he's such a bum. I hate that guy. And the fact that it had to be the guy from Parks and Rec made it even worse, because you're like, I used to like you at one point, and then now he just ruined it for me. I don't even think I liked him in Parks and Rec either. He's always been annoying. Now he's like 100 more times. When I see his face, it just reminds me like when he was breaking that lady, and it pisses me off. And you see the movie, that shit is crazy. Okay, so I made Will watch this movie, and it's called Good Boy, and it's basically like this They're European, huh? Where are they? Like Germans? What are those? They're Switzerland, Swiss people, Switzerlanders. Switzerlanders. No, they're from They're from Switzerland. Okay, so this girl finds this guy on Tinder, like the Swiss Tinder or whatever, like wherever they find their people, right? So she finds them, and then they go on this date, and you could tell like her class level was way lower than him. Like he was way like more refined and like rich than she was, and she was kind of like in her little sweatpants and didn't give a fuck, little ponytail, whatever. And then she goes to his house. Oh no, and then he tells her like, I have a dog, right? What does he tell her? He tells her, I have a dog at home, right? Oh yeah, I have a dog at home, blah blah blah. Do you want to come see him? I'm like, okay, that's a nice pickup line. Let me go show you my dog, knowing damn well. So why they go to his house, and then the dog is actually a man dressed as a dog. Like a whole ass man dressed as a dog. And then he treats him like a dog, and the dog, which is a man dressed as a dog, acts like a dog. So she's like, what the fuck? This guy's weird. She goes home and tells her friend, and her friend's like, don't mess this up. That guy's a millionaire, and like you should be lucky he even looked your way because you're all fucking greasy with your little sweatpants and your ponytail, you know? Because I'm serious. Like he looked hella like perfect, like pristine. Not perfect, but pristine. And she just was like in her volleyball fit. So then she was like, okay, let me give him another chance. Tell me why that fucking dog, girl. Oh my God, that dog. You need to watch this movie. Should we just spoil it? Whatever. These are all spoilers. If watch the fucking movies, pause right now and go watch it. But basically the guy starts like freaking out on her, right? Like he starts like acting weird, and she's like, fuck you and your weird ass man dog. And she like there's like a scuffle, and it gets like passive aggressive because we all know that this guy's trapped there. Then the guy starts like warning her that this guy's a fucking psycho. So they both try to run away, right? Or one of them tries to run away, and then it's like a clusterfuck of stuff happening. The end is crazy. The end is so crazy. And the end is so crazy. And there's only like literally 2-minute clip in the whole movie that like kind of explains this dog situation. So watch that movie. I like force Will to watch it. He's like, why the fuck did I have to watch? Well, you have to watch it. That shit is crazy. Like people are just exercising their free will every day. You just never know what's going on in people's house. I'm serious. That man had a dog. That was a man and dressed as a dog. And then what else? I'm like, what other nice movies did I watch? What other cute movies did I see this year? I guess the shows we're currently watching are Ugly on HBO Max, which is fucking raw, and I love that show. And then we're watching how do you say Pluribus? Pilibus. Pluribus. Pluribus. We're watching that, and that's it. And they're so good. I recommend 10 out of 10. If you're watching these shows, hit us up so we can talk about it, because it's always cool to hear other perspectives. Ugly, you don't know. You don't need to talk about. Everybody knows what's happening, like whatever. But Pluribus, that's a good one. What made you want to revive the show now? I don't know why this fucking prompt checked us like that. Damn, I can't just do whatever I want. Fuck.
No, you can't.
What made us want to bring the show back? Honestly, I feel like last year was so fun. We did a Christmas special kind of, because we had our little janky tree. Oh my God, that tree was like look worse and worse every time. It would like dry up. We have a fake tree this year, so this shit's gonna last us for years. My sons and daughters will inherit this tree.
It's an heirloom.
This will be an heirloom. Like this literally is never gonna disintegrate in any
And then it'll turn into microplastics.
Oh, it's already letting all the microplastics into the air right now.
This tree is a part of you and your family.
Yeah, forever. It's good, and you know, like it tucks into the small places of the body, so you're gonna be stuck with it forever. No, last year we had so much fun doing the Christmas special, or like the holiday special. And it's funny because we were putting the Christmas stuff together, and I was like, Will, something about Christmas. He's like, I don't celebrate Christmas. I'm like, oh, he's the only other Saturnalia observer that I know in like my whole life, because everyone's like so into Christmas, but I feel like I understand that it's Saturnalia and nobody else does except for my friend Will. We're the only Saturnalia observers. Shout out Saturn that ate his children. That's why we celebrate. That's why we're celebrating. Everyone's all happy. It's like Saturn ate his kids. And last year, all I wanted was burrito sabanero. That's all I wanted. Andres did burrito sabanero. Shout out Puerto Lindado and Andres, who came and did burrito sabanero for me. But then this year, I was like, you know what? Let's like really get it together and invite people to write their Christmas music. So we invited a bunch of people. And last year we had 3 artists. This year we had 6 artists. So we doubled up our artist count this year. Shout out all the artists that came and did their cool Christmas music. My favorite part of the holiday. So we decided to come back. India's here. You can't see her, but she's right there. Ooh. I'm like, ooh. Like the quiet. I'm like lowercase. Ooh. Something that I've been into since I was a child, and I think I talked about this during our Christmas special last year. I did talk about being a tarot reader. So I've been a tarot reader since I was 15 or 16. And I've always wanted to bring it into Caile and have it be a part of Caile. And the opportunity just hadn't come. But if you follow my Instagram, you know that I'm a tarot reader, and you probably follow me because I read your tarot. So that was a really important reason for me to introduce that part of my life into this project that I hold really dear to my heart. I feel like throughout my life and as I get older, like I lose hope in a lot of things. But tarot and Caile is not one of them. That's been one of the things that like I refuse to lose hope in, like my ability to read tarot and my spiritual walk. I feel like that has really been like a tool that has only strengthened as I get more experience. Not even older, because I feel like even in 1 year, like one good year will fuck you up bad, or like 1 year could bring you all the way back to yourself, you know? I feel like just as my experience grows, tarot is something that has grown with me. So I do want to build some space and carve out some room here on Caile to teach you guys tarot. And also just to get to know me, because this has been part of my life for so long. And I even had like a breakup with tarot, and then, you know, tarot took me back. So I'm really grateful for that, because girl, that was close. I was like, just kidding. I have gotten the privilege to read for a lot of you guys, for a lot of people. We were having this conversation yesterday. I was like, should I say all the events I did? Because I wanted to flex all my events. So I'm like, let me see, I have it right here. I've been a tarot interpreter since 2008. I've been a professional reader since 2019. And I've done over 500 readings and participated in 25 events powered by tarot since 2019. So I just wanted the numbers out there. You know, everyone's like, don't say that. They were like, nobody cares. I'm like, no, you have to know this part. So yeah, I'm really excited to bring tarot, and we can just start with something that I already have. So I did a tarot workshop a couple years ago, and I was able to condense a lot of the information that I've gathered over the last 15 years. Just kidding, it's like 20 years. No, yeah, I was like, it's like 20 years, huh? Because I'm about to be 35. I know, Dios mío. Anyways, that's enough numbers for now.
Oh, now we're done with the number.
Now we're done with the number. Ya no me gustó. So I do have this workshop, and the very first thing that I always advise when you're starting to learn tarot, or when you're starting to introduce a practice like tarot into your life, is spiritual hygiene. So spiritual hygiene is exactly what it sounds like. Being selective with what you consume, whether it's the food you're eating, the media you're watching, like the news that you're feeding into, the conversations you're having with people, that's all hygiene. If people call you and they're just like gossiping, talking shit about other people, or like saying negative things or complaining, like now you have to do the work to clean all that out. Or even literally just like rolling around in the dirt. Like if you're gonna roll around in the dirt, you're gonna have to wash it off. So if you're gonna like watch porn for 2 hours, that's also gonna have to cycle itself out of your brain. Whatever, like the negativity is negativity, whatever it is. So having that clear, and your biases and your opinions and your own judgments of what I wouldn't even say what you think, but it's like what you feel, how it makes you feel. That's important. And understanding like what you believe before you go into this like really long and complex practice of information. Like you need to have your own information in line before you start introducing all this other shit. Draw clear boundaries and respect the boundaries that are presented to you. I feel like my boundary has had to be, I don't really read for people that don't have a spiritual practice or that don't pray. So if you, or that don't have that time in their day to dedicate to spirit, but then you want me to summon spirit and pull cards for you, like that makes no sense. It's just like so just disrespectful and doesn't make sense, honestly. I feel like you need your own practice for something like this to come and supplement you. This can't be your practice. It has to come from a bigger source. That's just what I think. Create space, ground, bring an offering, clean up. These are just things that I do. Be on an empty stomach. Take off your waist trainer. Take off your waist trainer. I swear, like anything that's constricting you, if your pants are too tight, if your bra's too tight, if something is like bugging you and you're just sucking it up in order to do this reading or in order to get this like part of, this spiritual practice in, it's already out the window. Like if your shoes are too tight and you're trying to do a reading, girl, you got bigger fish to fry. Like you gotta take care of that big toe first before you before before you summon spirit. You gotta take care of that big toe throbbing in the shoe, girl. Like all those type of things, Clean your deck, have a clear mind, meditate. This is hygiene. Bring an offering if you're called. So a lot of the time we're very entitled to that space and we don't bring the offering. So the offering could have been like you cleaned up, that was your offering, or you bring a cup of water. Best practices and sovereignty for the tarot. So disciplining your spiritual practice, again, that's my own boundary. I don't do readings for someone that isn't disciplined or that doesn't already have a spiritual practice or like believes in something outside of themselves, because if you're trying to explain like a tarot deck to someone that only believes like what's already in their brain, it's never going to work. So disciplining your spiritual practice and like knowing if they know when to bend and when to hold their ground, all those things. Taking yourself really seriously. If you're going to read tarot, you have to be able to take yourself seriously. You have to be able to believe that you are a channel and that you can be a conduit for these messages. If you don't believe that and you're just like pulling cards and it was just like a Spencer's gift, okay, that's like that's not what we're talking about here, okay? Channeling is naturally disorienting, so there must be a prep and aftercare, prep and aftercare, prep and aftercare for so many things. This especially, like if you need to clean up, if you, like I said, you need to brush your teeth, you need to get out of the waist trainer. Those are all things that are really integral to you even beginning to do something like this, in my opinion. And the aftercare, whether that's like, okay, washing your hands again, or maybe clearing the space with some sage, or I like to do sound for clearing. So just like clapping your hands as loud as you can and speaking positivity. Some people like to speak the name of their deity. So whatever that is to you, just like the ultimate positivity into the space, that works too, I think. That works for me, at least. And do the research. Fall in love with learning because it'll never be done. Being in constant prayer. I feel like prayer has definitely been a message to me that since I was really young, I always knew I had to pray, and I always knew I had to be like in constant conversation with either myself or with God, which I think is like the same kind of voice. Like your higher self that wants the best for you is right there in that same space, Remaining teachable and present. You obviously, like I said, you don't know everything. And if you're not able to open up your mind enough for all these things to fit within what you already know, it's not going to work. And a lot of that is having that boundary, right? Like, okay, I'm open to this, but then once it starts getting like hazy and weird, then we got to stop right there, So having that, understanding that it's valuable to be teachable and present. I think being present is what gives you the discernment of like what territory you're willing to explore. Again, and I think the final thing would be like all materials are valid. If you go online and you have your own little website that you like to look on for the card definitions, that's valid. Here's like a list of the ones I've used: Biddy, Labyrinthos, Mystic Mondays, and all the books in the world, all the movies. You can watch everything. You can watch every YouTube video, every Miss Cleo video. Like, what is Walter Mercado? We're talking about here. You're gonna be the new Walter Mercado. Like, all of this stuff is valid. You know, even Squidward did a astrology segment on SpongeBob. Like, everybody's in the loop. I'm serious. Everybody got one. All of these materials are valid, because the ultimate and only thing that matters is your time with your deck. If you're not spending time with your deck and you're not pulling cards and you're deciding for yourself what the cards mean to you and having that communication with the tarot, then it doesn't matter what you're reading or what you're not reading or what you're watching, because that's really where you're going to learn, is by doing it. I'm going to be talking and referring to the Rider White deck that looks like this. And this is the most basic deck. And I suggest that you learn with this deck first, always. And I know people are like, oh, you shouldn't buy your own deck, your own first deck or something like that. I think if you're learning, this could be like your starter deck, you know? And then once you start building a collection, then people can start gifting them to you. That's what I think. There's a lot of superstitions. They also say that your first deck should be stolen. So if you have a booster friend, just ask them for a tarot deck. My favorite tarot movie that I've ever seen is called 22 Faces of God. There's some videos that are missing from the YouTube channel. I literally wrote him a comment. I was like, why is some videos missing? He's like, because of the copyright. And then he gave me the link. So the guy's pretty responsive, the filmmaker on YouTube. So if you're watching it on there and some videos are missing, just hit him up. It wouldn't be El Caile podcast if we didn't talk about the origins of whatever we got going on. The winter brings hysteria, and you always hear Christmas cheer, right? Or like holiday cheer, and everyone's like, oh yeah, it's holiday cheer, and like Mariah Carey comes out, and like everything's like, oh yeah, the trees go up. But in reality, throughout history, the winter has always been a really, really, really chaotic and stressful time for humans since the beginning of time. So it's like I think the veil will start to thin in October, like when it gets, starts getting dark, it starts getting cold. But the dead of winter, bitch, that's like when the demons are out. Back in the day, they would think that they were seeing like spirits and supernatural stuff, but it'd literally be like animals from outside trying to get out the cold, or like it's dark, it's getting dark earlier, so like your eyesight is bad, so they would think they would see shadows in the house. And this is like from before there was a TV or anything in your house. It's like just you. There's no cell phone. You're not scrolling. It's just you in your house with the fucking demons, and you're scared you're gonna die and like not make it through the winter. So the hysteria has followed us. Obviously, like we're humans and the body keeps score. So you're gonna know, you're gonna remember. And nowadays, we're American, right? So like lots of presents and all of the things, like shopping and like big tables of food. That wasn't always the case, especially not for everybody. So back in the day, people would be afraid of scarcity. Like they'd be afraid that they're gonna run out of crops. They'd be afraid that they're gonna run out of wood for their chimney. So they'd be in panic over scarcity. And it's so funny to see like Black Friday and everyone's like fighting over the stuff. It literally is the same exact vibe forever and ever. So holiday cheer. I think we have to like rethink holiday cheer. And I don't know. I honestly, personally, I don't like the running around of any holiday. Like I feel like if
I'm tired. In the wintertime,
in
I
the
wanna be in
wintertime,
bed.
why are it is it
Cozy.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's hella crazy. But
Outside.
anyways, yeah, and we're the adults now. I feel like that's the biggest takeaway from all of this for me, is like I'm the adult now. I'm not going nowhere. I'm staying in my house. We're eating Chinese food. There's no, you get presents all year long.
I am the president.
I am the present, all right? I know, for real. What the hell? That's crazy. I think maybe I'm biased too, because I didn't have like a lit Christmas. Maybe once or twice, but not. Yeah, I didn't have like a crazy extravagant Christmas growing up. So maybe that's why I'm biased too. Maybe there, there's people like, oh, that's my favorite holiday. Merry Chrysler. Happy Christmas.
Merry Crisis.
Merry Crisis. But yeah, let's second guess holiday cheer and just remember that it's actually hysteria because shit's about to go down. I'm serious. Saturnalia was people switching roles. So it'd be like the homeless people was now the king, bitch. Good luck. That man's on drugs. I'm serious. People were fucking in the street. People were killing each other. It was hysteria. It was crazy. And it was like pagan, like just lit. FOMO. I wish I was there. Literally every time this comes around, I'm like, that sounds so crazy. Like every holiday, the Greek was turning up. Greek people love being naked. They love cutting each other up. They having sex in the street. Yep. And like, oh my God. Being drunk. Saturnalia was a huge drinking holiday. Like it was, and I feel like that too, like people were getting antsy that, oh, it's about to be my time. Because it was like a big public holiday. We're going to talk more about Saturnalia on our next episode, and it's going to be so fun. Because this is my bag. Like, we need to talk about the supernatural things that happen in the winter and all of the crazy lore that we still celebrate to this day. Like, even the fact that this tree's here, and even the fact that I'm wearing this funny-ass red shirt. I never wear red. Like, all of these things, there's a reason why. And to me, that's like the most fun part about being a human. Because humans are going to human, like forever and ever. So it's just crazy that we're able to sustain the traditions this long. Like, wow. I'm an ancient deity myself. Ancient entity. People got sick, they had a cold. It was just bad vibes. So, but I feel like nowadays, all this to say that nowadays we go through the same shit. Everybody's seasonally depressed. Everybody's stressed out. Like, what did I do with the year? I didn't like get rich. I didn't get a husband. I'm all like listing mine. I shaved my, I plugged my eyebrows. It took me 1 year to do the podcast. I'm like piling on all the terrible shit. No. But yes, the people are stressed out, and so am I. Obviously, I'm fucking short circuiting. It's like 1 hour of talking. This fucking losing the screw. But no. People were stressed out, and they still are. You're still stressed out. Not because the present and because the tamales might be runny, but because it's cold, the sun's going down earlier, the end of the year is coming up, so you're like, fuck, what did I do with my life? Food scarcity. The duendes are everywhere. The duendes are everywhere behind the cover. Bitch, why they do elf on a shelf? You're bringing the duende into the house. Literally, when the duende shows up, you have to ignore it. That's what you're supposed to do. But no, you're creating a fake one and to lure the real ones in. Don't miss our Christmas special. Shout out all of our artists that came through and did the most beautiful Christmas songs. I'm going to tell you a secret. I really wanted Santa Baby and Navidad Sin Ti. That was like the ones I really wanted. So all of them were just extra gifts, And I feel really, really privileged, and I feel really, really lucky that I know these people. And I'm so excited for the next episode. You have no idea. If you have like crazy supernatural beliefs in your family that come around in the wintertime, like I want to say even like after Dia de los Muertos, the religions start to get really like, maybe you don't talk about them, like Yule. Have you ever heard of Yule, like a Yule log and like the Yule cat? If you have blonde hair, blue eyes, I'm talking to you. Please, I want to know. I want to know so bad. If you or your family like practices pagan religions and the winter is lit for you, please, I want to talk to you. So yeah, don't miss our next episode. It's going to be so much fun. And the rest of our holiday special with the musical guests also is going to be so fun. And I can't wait. Thank you guys. We're so excited to be back. Caile Podcast. For today's musical guest, we have our friend Forehead doing December 25th. Your new favorite Christmas song. Make sure you follow our Instagram, El Caile Podcast with Gabriela. Follow our YouTube, El Caile Podcast with Gabriela. And that's it, huh? We just have YouTube and Instagram. Okay. And if you want to see us anywhere else, let us know because we are opening our Twitch account and maybe on TikTok more too. So Follow all the social medias and listen to us on Spotify.
What's up, guys? My name is Forehead. This song is called December 25th, and we wrote it for the Caile podcast. I want to shout out Gabby and shout out Will. I hope you guys enjoy. December 25th, to me never meant shit until you were my gift. And then I felt your lips under the mistletoe. Then you brought in my soul, as bright as Rudolph nose. You let me through the cold. Now I'm up in the sky calling Santa and got you by my side. Trees frosty, let's go build us a snowman and I'll make you my wife. Un regalo muy lindo me diste, you gave me a new life. Mis noches buenas eran noches muy malas, till you made it alright. Till you made it alright. Felt like the Grinch, you made it alright. As we sledding through the snow, glad I got your hand to hold. Ain't nowhere I'm trying to go, except we threw back to our home. Silent night, turn down the lights. All I need is your smile tonight. We could build a snow globe and live married till the day we die. Now I'm up in the sky calling Santa and got you by my side. Trees fussy, let's go build us a snowman and I'll make you my wife. Un regalo muy lindo me diste, you gave me a new life. Mis noches buenas eran noches muy malas, till you made it alright. Till you made it alright. Felt like the Grinch, till you made it alright. Till you made it alright. Till you made it alright.
Winter was historically a psychological crisis for
What did they say?
sunlight loss, like so many different reasons why.
Food scarcity?
Yeah, but that food scarcity,
That definitely makes people crazy.
sunlight loss. So like the sun, obviously, like the night is way longer than it usually is. You know, there's this freaky quote. I don't know if it's Benjamin Franklin. I want to say it is Benjamin Franklin, freaky ass, who said this. Okay, so I remember I read this quote that was like, this woman kept like trying to link with him and spend the night with him, and he told her, but he was like a busy man, you know, he's like a professional, he's like the president, so she's like, come on, you know. He's like, come on. But I guess during this time it was in the summertime, so then he said to her, let's link later in the winter when the nights are longer, so I guess spend longer time with you.
Ew.
Freaky.
Franklin's a degenerate.
I know. He's like, girl, we going. He's like, it don't get dark till 9 p.m. The sun comes up at 4:30, babe. That's
We
not.
need more time.
Yeah, I'm trying to take my time. It's gotta go. Like the sun needs to go down at 4 p.m. and stay down till like 9 a.m. for everything I'm gonna do to you. He was like, you thought you were a freak soliciting me, girl. You don't know.
Plot twist.
I know, right? You don't know what you get yourself into.